Welcome to Austin, Texas, and Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium, where the horns are up and this burnt orange crowd is ready to help Texas hook 'em. This is not your run-of-the-mill regular season game. Instead, it is a top 10 clash, one team hoping to make a giant statement. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Longhorns will boot it away to start the game. Returner's going to try to see what he can get. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. So the Michigan Wolverines offense will get the first swing of the game. And here comes this quarterback. This entire offense is built around him. He is the engine of the entire team.
I mean, he's the leader. He's the alpha. Everybody looks towards him. He's been doing it all year long. Everybody believes in this young man. Big opportunity, big stage.
They go to the ground. Nifty run there. Pickup of 6 out to the 25.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They'll try the run. Shakes off the defender. Dragged down at the 30 after a 5-yard gain.
What a nice run there. And from the beginning of time, Michigan football has been synonymous with running the football. You can think back to Tyrone Wheatley, Anthony Thomas, Chris Perry, Hassan Haskins, big physical runners that also had sprinter speed and that could change the game. This dude right here, every time he has the football, he has the ability to go the distance, and that's what makes this Michigan offense so dangerous.
Got it in the middle, it's Morgan. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10.
Well, that's a really nice job surveying the field and delivering an accurate throw. You know, when I think back to Michigan quarterbacks, I think of guys like Elvis Gerber or Tom Brady, Jim Harbaugh, Brian Griese, guys that could hurt you throwing the ball from the pocket, surveying the field, reading defenses, and making quick decisions. This guy has the ability to do all of those things.
I like this, taking the safe play, getting the positive gain, and seeing if you can build some momentum.
And I think it's making the right play, Reese. That's when quarterbacks get in trouble sometimes when they get too aggressive and then they get behind the sticks a little bit. I see a lot of spec.
And the defense gets to the quarterback.
This defense has the ability to get pressure on the QB from the edge. And that don't necessarily mean from defensive ends, but from the outside linebackers. These guys get in their sprinter stances, and they come off the ball. That outside linebacker showed you his speed right there.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
That shows a lot of poise and a lot of experience by that guy there. Not thinking to himself, hey, on 3rd and long, I'm going to have to throw and make a really good throw here to go get this first. Hey, if it's not there, you don't got to force the issue. You're a good enough athlete to go take off and get it yourself with your legs. Beautiful job.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. They're such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Man, that used to just drive me nuts. I couldn't stand that. The quarterback drops back to pass, scrambles around. You got me chasing you all over the field, getting close to the sideline. Stay in bounds. Please stay in bounds. Let me get a little bit of a reward for all my running so I can just put some kind of hit on you. Nope. Steps out of bounds.
Quick strike complete. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Well, I love the body control there by the running back. He had to catch that right on the sideline, make sure he had his feet in bounds, try to pick up some positive yards.
Scanning the field, it's Orji. They're trying to get to him. Quarterback gets the first down and more. How frustrating for a defense to have to deal with a quarterback like that. They finally get him out of bounds.
He's got such good awareness in the pocket. He does a good job of feeling the rush, and you know it's a pass, and you want to keep your eyes downfield, but he sees an opening, and if he sees an opening, he's got the ability to go get it and get a first down.
And they get to him just before he scores, right out of bounds at the 1. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan!
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
Getting set for the point after. Oh, he missed it. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. So the Texas Longhorns offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And they seem to believe that they can take big plays away and man coverage by just locking him up in this matchup, David.
And it's hard to lock down a great wide receiver, but a great defensive back versus a great wide receiver, we got a showdown.
Yeah, let's be honest, David. Most defenses don't have a dude like that at cornerback that could do that in a game like this. But this matchup is unique, and it's going to really determine the outcome of the game.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Little touch pass to the receiver. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend.
Fires into traffic and intercepted. Oh, the ball's on the ground. Oh, he would have loved to pick up a few more yards on that return, but they've still got it at the 31.
What a roller coaster on that play, Palmer. The defense gets the interception, and then he fumbles the ball trying to return it, but a heads-up play to fall on the football and, in the end, create the turnover.
It's amazing, David, because you know the defense practices getting turnovers. I don't know how often, though, they practice ball security. And they made that one interesting, but at the end of the day, the most important thing is to get the TO.
This should be the last play of the quarter. To the ground with the back. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. We'll get this quarter going with a 2nd down play. Looking downfield, it's Orji. He'll pull it down. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats, but when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
Handoff to the lone back. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. Leaves it with the running back. Relying on the run, he gets a couple before he's knocked down. Ball's at the 13. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. The play-action fake. Dances away from the heat. Throw to the end zone. Picked off. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Well, he started rolling to his right, and because of that, it allowed the defender some time to close the distance between himself and the intended target, and his speed got him to the point he was able to come away with the pick.
The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Give to the running back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Great job by the whole defense, but how about the little bitty defensive back throwing his face in the fan? I ain't scared. I don't just cover guys. I make tackles.
Pocket starts to collapse. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. The Longhorns will call on their punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Fair catch called for and made. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board, but you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense.
They're down to the 32-yard line on 1st and 10. Right back to the well. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Looking to throw, it's Orji. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the 1st down before he's dragged to the ground.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple 1st downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. The quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Touchdown, Wolverines! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they stretch the lead to 13. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. Here comes the Texas offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some 1st downs. Get some positive momentum.
We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. grabbed in the middle. It's Bolden. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Looking to move it through the air. He's got it. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. It's complete to the left. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
This is a tight end that not only is going to play with his hand in the ground, but he can line up in the slot as well and attack the defense vertically. He's too fast for linebackers to cover, and he's too big for DBs to cover. He's a real weapon in this offense.
Catch in the middle. It's Bolden. They get him on the ground, but it's a 1st down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the...
And that one is picked up in the end zone. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David, it's sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your...
That internal clock just didn't move fast enough, and they get him for a safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
The kickoff team lined up. They'll have to give it back after giving up that safety. Now a fair catch is called for and made just shy of midfield. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. To throw, it's Ewers. Makes the grab over the middle. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Pass interference, defense.
They say no thanks to that pass interference penalty, and they'll take the results of the play. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Bolden. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Got the quick pass. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
They'll try to pick up the first, and it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
And another mistake from this quarterback. That's back-to-back drives now that have resulted in interceptions. He's got to find a way to find something different, get in a better rhythm, start seeing the field better, Palmer, because he's not in a flow right now.
No, David, it looks like he's forcing the football a little bit, maybe trying to make up for that interception he threw on the last drive. But that last play, there was no way that football should have gone there. He could have gotten off of that and checked it down or thrown it away. This quarterback, he needs a breather right now. He's got to collect himself.
Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Looking for a man. It's Orji. Coming after him. He was able to squirt free and pick up a few and avoid a negative play there. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left. The Wolverines will bring the punt team onto the field.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a superb matchup in Austin today. Talk about a first half from that dude out of the backfield. He's been a total game changer. And how many top plays moments have we seen on missed tackles alone? Video game moves from one of the shiftiest players in all of college football. And with that, let's get it back to our fellas at DKR.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. And the Wolverines will kick it off to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football ball right of this quarter.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On third and long, try to convert through the air. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? And the Longhorns decide to punt it away.
And you got to wonder if this offense is going to go for it here. They're trailing now by a lot. I know there's a lot of football still to go, and I know they're on their own end of the field, but just kind of get the feeling their defense hasn't gotten a ton of stops. They may need to stay out there, and they're going to need this quarterback to make a play.
Touchdown, Michigan! How about the special teams coming up with a huge play? He did that one all by himself. Make a few guys miss, turn on the afterburners, and boom, everybody's toast.
And that's why you got him back deep, because that guy can do that. You got to be explosive and quick and have good vision, and you see all those things on one punt return. Takes it back to the house, makes people miss, turning on the gas. Great job, great return.
Lining up for the PAT. Oh, he hits the left upright, but gets a little friendly member bounce and gets the point. So his big play capability was on full display in that one as he took that punt back for the touchdown. Texas. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Able to pick up a couple on first down, 2nd and 8 from their own 27. The handoff as they run the counter play here. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Now facing a 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Ewers. Throws for the tight end. Finds a man in the middle. Nothing but green ahead. The 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Texas!
Well, in the modern era of college football, you're seeing more and more athletic tight ends, like what you just saw right there. The defense had no chance covering that guy down the field. He makes them look silly on his way in for the long touchdown.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Smashes it through for the PAT. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they get it done with a big play, a 76-yarder for the score. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They still have the lead here, Jesse, but this would be a good time to put together a drive.
You're right, Reese. You can't rest easy right now. You just watch the opponent drive down the field and score a touchdown of their own, so you've got to answer that here. Your playmakers better step up.
And I don't know what it is about momentum. In all the locker rooms and all the years, coaching, everything, you can't quantify it, you can't measure it. And the momentum has swung to the other side. You got to get it back.
Leaves it with the back. A run up the middle is stuffed for no gain.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Well, they get another big run for a first down, and if you're on offense, you love the way your offensive line is blocking early in this game. They're getting tremendous movement, and they're making life pretty easy for these running backs right now.
Just when they're looking run, now up top. It's caught. Oh, look out, there he goes. Touchdown, Wolverines. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
This guy is officially a problem. His second receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense. Dude, if I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop it.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the scoring play coming on a 56-yard touchdown pass.
Texas.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They've clearly found that, dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
Wide receiver shows motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Keeps the legs moving. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, Because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and time.
And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
Nice play design on that one. You make it easy for your quarterback, too, because it's easy to see what's happening right in front of you. Over the middle of the field, you can see where defenders are dropping. You can see where the soft spots are in zone coverage. And just a really nice job by the QB locating his guy, making it accurate.
And the Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
What a great play. This guy is a force on this D-line. You think about Michigan football defensively, they've got dudes up front. Aiden Hutchinson, Brandon Graham, Mozzie Smith, Rashawn Gary. Guys that can win one-on-one and guys that change and force your game plan to have to adapt for them. You need to double team these guys if you want to have any chance. This is that type of player. He's got so much ability.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. From the shotgun, they'll run it. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. A 3rd down play to get the quarter started. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Off play action. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Got it in the middle, it's Bond. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down. The Longhorns have moved it inside the 20.
That's an awesome effort by the receiver there because he didn't have the 1st down once he caught the pass. He had to be able to make a guy miss. And with his athleticism and skill, he's able to do that. And as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Movement here from the tight end. Grabbed in the backfield. It's held. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
Motion from the offense. Off the play fake. He wants it all. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns!
And what a nice play call and nice execution. Play action, you're thinking run. Quarterback pulls it out, throws the football right behind those guys, and gets the touchdown.
Yeah, it was a nice job there by the quarterback, too, on the ball handling. He just froze the defense just long enough to help those wide receivers and targets get some separation in the end zone, and at that point, it was just an easy pitch and catch.
He'll try to tack on one more. Right down the boulevard. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's That's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like, the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The Wolverines will punt this one away. The #1 job is to protect their quarterback, and they did not.
They did not, but my #1 job as a defensive lineman is to attack your quarterback and get him on the ground just like this, get in the sack, rattle this guy as much as you can, as many hits as possible on these quarterbacks.
This offense has a 1st and 10. They are flat bailed out by the defensive penalty. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
Big 3rd down for this defense. Listen, you've got to get the ball back. You know what they're doing. They're trying to run the football, but we need the clock to be on our side so our offense has some time. Got to make a stand right here on 3rd down.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Off the boot, looking for his man. Moves around to clear up the vision. He'll try to do it himself. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the 1st down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. And the Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Trying to put together a long, time-consuming drive. This 8th play will be 3rd and 2. They'll run play action, buying some time as he moves left. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down.
Quarterbacks have a hard job. They got to drop back and try to see the whole field and then see the rush coming to him, but you could tell he did a really good job scrambling outside the pocket.
Ball is loose.
And as a defense, you just want to steal some possessions, create some turnovers. You force the fumble, but man, what a break for the offense to fall back on it. Those are moments that you just get a little bit frustrated because it's the luck of a bounce.
They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. They'll try the right side. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? He's going to the right, looking for a path to the end zone. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6. A touchdown here on 3rd and goal really ratchets up the game pressure. Give to the running back. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Paul.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
They'll run it. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
From his end zone, looking to throw. Got to take care of the ball. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming. This quarterback desperately wants to make a chunk play, but they're going to be deep as the deepest, wide as the widest. He's got to be patient.
No doubt. Situational football is probably one of the most underrated, untalked about things, like understanding the situation. I have the lead. They have to take shots down the field. I'm going to play pass. I got to rush the passer. I got to keep him in the pocket. All those things come into play throughout this game.
I'll tell you, this offense just can't afford too many more incompletions because time's running out in the game. They need big plays in the passing attack, vertically down the field, and they've got to score some touchdowns.
And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that.
Defense has been looking so good on this drive so far. They already set up 3rd and long, and now they take all the throws away down the field. Great job in coverage, great job reading the QB's eyes. So there's nowhere for him to go with it. He's got to throw it away.
Finds him out of the backfield. He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a crushing blow at this point in the game.
Result of the play is a turnover.
And they probably don't need to risk running a play here, but the head coach might want to rub it in just a little bit. A 1st down run in the red zone. And he's going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan!
And they say play to the final whistle. This offense took it to heart. Scoring late, maybe they could have wasted the clock. They made no doubt about it. This one's over.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. He'll bring it out. It's Bolden. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. They'll throw it on 1st down. They're bringing heat. And down he goes, and that's going to do it. Didn't have much of a chance there, and the defense puts an exclamation point on this one. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.
I love competitive people. I love competitive coaches. I love competitive teams that they know that their job is to go out and get a W no matter where you play. You want to play in the parking lot? We'll go meet you. Great job of this team being ready, getting the W.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.